Hello again. I thought I'd do another video on what panels I went to in last year's Phoenix Comic Con 2014. I did a part one. That was the first day, but now I'm just gonna do what all the panels I did all the other days. I know I was supposed to get this done a long time ago. I figured I'd do one right now since the new Phoenix Comic Con's coming up in May, so late May. So that was just some of the panels I went to. I went to this one panel. It's run by this lady called Decon, can't say her last name well, but she's a professor basically at ASU. She has a PhD in Japanese art, and her panels are so good. She did one on Warren Pockins anime, it was excellent, but no one was hardly there. But she talked about Akira, Jinro. I mean, a lot of great animes, great. The Fireflies, it was an excellent panel, and she goes into great detail about it and how it's connected to Japan, and it's wonderful. She did one of Miyazaki that was packed, and it felt kind of bad because she did another one, and everyone left the room. I go, they should have stayed. They really would have got a good education on some of these different animes that are older that maybe a lot of people don't know about and people need to go see. Another panel I went to that I really enjoyed a lot was a Godzilla panel. I thought it was excellent. They were talking about the history of Godzilla in Japan, and Toei will bring it back every 10 years, how the costumes, how uncomfortable they were in the early years. I mean, just a great panel. And the thing I especially loved about it, there was a little kid, I would say he's about 14 years old. He next to me, he's all excited, wide-eyed. I go, that's what I like to see at these panels. Kids are excited to see cool, nerdy stuff like that. You could tell his parents are looking at him like, oh, why are we even here, but whatever. I thought that was awesome. I thought another panel I went to that I really enjoyed a lot was the Gargoyle panel. It was talking about the history of gargoyles. It even had one of the writers, which I kind of wish I knew ahead of time because I could have had her sign some of the DVDs that I have on gargoyles, but what are you going to do? It's just one of those things. And she talked about how, like, Disney, how they did went a different direction after ABC. It was bought by Disney and it went on ABC, and how it kind of changed the tone of the series. I thought it wasn't for the best, and she kind of agreed with that too. So I thought that was, very, very telling on that part. And she also talked about how, like, well, one thing Disney does, which kind of screwed up, when you get fired from Disney, they escort you out with handcuffs. I guess they don't want you to take their secrets or whatever, but, like, really, Disney? I thought that was a little extreme. So that's what happened in that panel. That is, for the most part, talking about experiences with Disney and how it was fun to make gargoyles and meet a lot of the next generation cast, which was kind of cool. So I thought that was a neat highlight panel. But the thing about that panel, though, that I wish was at a different time, because there was the Anime Deaths panel I really want to go to, but it was already a long line by the time we got there. They were like they were back to back, and they were in the other building. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. So I'm like, well, we didn't get to go see that. So that was a bit of a disappointment. And other panels I went to that I remember that I liked a lot from this thing the third day. Let's see. The last day there was a panel talking about what is a utopia future, and they had an author there, and we were talking, discussing what is your idea. And I thought it was very fascinating and stimulating panel. I thought, wow, what a great last panel to go to. I thought it was insightful and it was informative. It was great. And we talked about how, like, well, you have one part of the world that's that thinks in this mentality that's in the past, and the other part that's going forward thinking. How can you have utopia when you have two different contrasting styles, like a class of civilizations? I thought, and I brought that point up, so I thought that was really, really good and informative. And another thing I want to talk about real quick is the dealer's room. Massive, my goodness. I mean, this year they even have more space. They're literally moved where all the people, where all the, like, the actors, the voice actors are at, and the company. They're moving up to another area. So that whole building, the big building that's on the north side of the building in Phoenix, it's nothing going to beat dealer room. It's going to be insane. I mean, it's big ladder. I mean, last year we got to 80,000 attendance. I mean, you should really go. It is a lot of fun. You'll enjoy it. It's a great time. It's a little hot, I'll give you that. And since we're like about a mile away from the convention center, we stay at this real nice hotel. It has a bomb breakfast. I mean, buffet breakfast, you could imagine. It's great. But it was really tiring to walk because I wasn't going to pay for parking. I mean, literally, some of the parking, they had like $10 a day, really, to park. Downtown parking is miserable. I do not recommend anyone to do it. I know I wouldn't. I just don't like doing it. It's just too much money. I'd rather spend it on something else there. And let's see. One thing I do want to say though also is I don't understand. I know, like, in the hotels, they'll show like animes or whatever, which I don't mind. I'm a big fan of anime, but a lot of these animes you can see on the internet. I mean, show more obscure things. Like, I'm a big Go 13 fan, but I can see that on the internet. Why don't you show something like maybe Compig or Angelic Layer or something? Or Angel Egg even. That's rare to find. That's hard to find on the internet. Show things like that. Or even some Sentai like Power Rangers would be cool too. So basically, that's what I want to say about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll try to make more videos where you can see my beautiful face, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.